Together Works is a membership organisation, and today is very much about bringing our members together and giving them an opportunity to meet each other and find out a bit more about the sector really. There's loads of representatives here of people that work for really quite exciting and innovative organisations, and so this is a chance for everybody to learn about each other.
I do currently head a number of consortia that comprise of my fellow social enterprises and local charities as well, where we successfully come together to bid for work, both public sector contracts and projects. And this is where I meet people like that, like-minded people, and where we have an opportunity to bring more people into that consortium.
I've known about Together Works for a few years. I've been in one of the magazines and I'm on the mailing list. So this is a nice chance to actually meet up with them and see the faces behind the emails.
I'm here today for a number of reasons. Mainly I want to ensure that organisations run by hearing people are making sure that they access the deaf community and recognise us as a deaf organisation. Today I've spoke to someone, Football United Club, and that's a hearing organisation but doesn't provide anything for deaf people. So it's us working together and making sure that we have a common interest to then provide something for the deaf community by working together.
I think it's always important to kind of get together and know find out what other people are doing and kind of build links and try and do that look to work with other people. And I think you're right in the sense that as the climate as it is at the moment and the sort of uncertainty around that, I think that's more important than ever to try and forge those links, partnerships, etc.
Personally, I think social enterprises should be given a break. I think social enterprises should be given help with some funding, and shouldn't be made in the social enterprise sector. If anything, my social enterprise goes out there and works with young people, so it's introducing young people to the word social entrepreneur. Young people are not even sure of the word entrepreneur, so it's nice to teach them about the word entrepreneur and then to teach them about the word social entrepreneur as well. I think we just should grow and grow and grow.
Well, it's a really interesting time actually. The coalition government is advocating social enterprises. There's not really a very clear definition of what a social enterprise actually is. So I think that lots of the things that are coming out in the whole debate about big society and the need for social enterprises in delivering services is actually something quite different to what most of our members do, which is, with much more kind of grassroots organisations.
I think it's very difficult, particularly for the smaller social enterprises, to actually have their voice heard. I think there's an awful lot in the press at the moment around big society, and that's absolutely what we make it. But I think quite a few of the smaller ones are feeling a little pushed out at the moment. So organisations like Together Works are very important to allow those of us who perhaps aren't the large ones to actually be able to showcase and talk to people about what we do.
Because I run my workshops and I give motivational talks, and then I get young people coming up to me, not saying they want to be a fashion designer, they say they want my job. They want my job of going around and teaching other young people how to be entrepreneurial and how to customise clothes. And then they know what the word social entrepreneur means. I ask them, do they know what the word entrepreneur means? They say no. And then I ask them, do they know what the word social entrepreneur means? And they say no. So I'll use an example like, say, the big issue. I'll use an example myself. I'll say, so the money I make from running these workshops then gets invested back into my company to enable me to run more workshops. And I think they like the goodwill side of that.
I think it is a crucial time where we do need to I think the social kind of enterprise cooperative sort of movement has a really important kind of role to play in trying to rebuild a more sustainable economy that could be more engaged with the sort of community that it works with.
I mean, I think whenever there's a recession, people go back to their core values, and they're around family and communities and neighbourhoods. And who are the best people to actually be able to serve those communities? They're the people who live and work within them, which is where I think people like ourselves come.
Most of our membership exists because they want to do something positive. Being a sustainable business is a really key element of that, and not being dependent on funding, but actually, supporting each other through sustainable trade instead.